Art students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with another lesson. And this one is going to be on doing the cover for your comic book. The most important thing. This is not my first cover drawing video or talked about cover, but it is the most important thing that you will do on your comic book, because if nobody picks it up, they will not see what's inside it. So all that time that you use for drawing and designing and so forth will be wasted because nobody will see it. So you got to do a great cover, one that people will see from miles away and like, and I got to pick that up. I got to look at that. So that's the most important thing. So let's talk about covers, and then it'll give you some food for thought. All right, let's go. All right, what we have here are 8 covers. Now, I wanted to get some covers that from some books that you probably would not recognize. Maybe you might recognize 1 or 2, but I didn't want to put the Batman, X-Men things up there because you might say, oh, that's my favorite. X-Men is my favorite. I would choose that cover. So I tried to find out some cover, or find some covers in my collection that are really not well known. So here's the scenario. You have money to buy a comic book, just one comic book. So you see these 8 comics, they're on sale, they're in your price range. So you choose one cover. So which cover would you choose? I'll give you a few seconds to kind of look over them to see which one is so exciting that you will go ahead and spend your money on it. Now you look at the whole thing, look at how it's put together. Don't worry so much about the color, but how is it put together? How is it attracting you? What is it about that cover, these covers, that are attracting you, or that one particular cover that attracts you so much that you will spend your money on? Okay, understand now that, let's just say one of these is your book. Now your book is going to go up against a bunch of other books. So you're going to have that cover that is just so appealing or so attractive, not attractive in like a beautiful way, but attractive in like a magnet to the opposite side of another magnet. It attracts you to see that book, pick it up, and to buy it. Because all the work you do, all the story writing, the penciling, the inking, the coloring, none of that, not one of it will be seen if your book is not picked up. If this is your book right here, and I pick up this book, all that is gone to waste. So you don't want to waste that time. You don't want to waste those hours, those days, those months, those years. You don't want to throw that dream away by not giving a cover that's going to make people say, oh, wow, what is this? What is this? Let me look at this. Let me pick this up. Now, let me give you a little closer look at each individual cover, and then I'll show you some more covers, some other professional stuff. Okay. This is more of the manga kind of styles, like the knockoff from, I thought it was an Antarctic Press, I believe it is. I don't have my glasses, but I believe it's the Antarctic Press. So basically, I'm not going to show you the insides. I'm just going to show you the covers. Basically, this is like #1, and it's more of a team shot. It's like the team in action. We don't know who they're fighting. It's really not that necessary, but it's a team shot. So you get a look at the team and their uniforms, and basically some of their power. This is the strong guy. This guy has his blade. This guy has some kind of power, maybe a Goku type power. This one's got a shield. I don't know what this guy's down here doing. He's playing in the sand or something, or he's got some little gadget, so he must be like a gadget. Okay, he's got the robots back here. And then we got this guy. He's like a speed swifter kind of thing, and she might be like an acrobat or something. I need my glasses. All right, so next we have this one. Let's see if I can get the light, get it out of the light. This particular book, I did a pinup in this book, but that's neither here nor there. But you look at it, you look at the girl, and it's kind of like a MIB kind of thing. I think this is all a pinup book anyway. So even at that, this is the Harry Carey Goes to Hollywood, and in here is just a bunch of, they took her and then they dressed her up like a bunch of Hollywood stuff. So you have her, and basically sex sells. Okay, that's like #1 rule of advertising: sex sells. And you have some of the monsters. I guess this is from the MIB kind of thing. So yeah, what more can I say about that? Moving on, inmates. Now I did a page or something in one of these books. I don't know which one it was. I have to dig it up. this is why I have these books. Yeah, you have a kind of battle going on. You have, like, I guess maybe the main hero against somebody else, and then the people down below are either just bystanders, or they could be his friends, or they could be part of the team. So it's kind of unknown. But being the number 4 book, by number 4 you should know the characters. So yeah. I guess the number 1 book is when you just show your characters, but it's a number 4 book, and it's enough action for you to pick it up. Okay, Chronicles. This is another book that I did some art in, and yeah, what can I say? We're looking at this evil thing. He's interrupting this concert, and I guess you have the heroes ready to fight the guy, and yeah, it's just interrupting. And don't look at the color. Look at, like the action, the how everything is like placed. Is it exciting enough for you to pick this book up? And then we have The Horseman. This was a signed book. Maybe I bought this at the or maybe not. Maybe I bought this at the convention, 96. So, we got this guy fighting all these ninjas. It's more of a down shot. You got a lot of black from the water, and you got, the red that stands out, and I guess he's just a bad boy. So, killing ninjas. So would it stand out, or is it telling me what I need to know to make me pick this up? So obviously this is like some kind of ninja thing, or samurai kind of story. And that's something else. Your cover has to tell the story, because I don't know what's inside your book unless I pick it up and look through it. So some stores, they have the plastic, and they don't really want you opening up the plastic to look in, and because your fingers might be greasy and you mess up the cover, and then nobody wants to buy it. So that's another thing. The cover has to be so attractive that you buy it kind of sight unseen. So we have Parts Unknown. This is in plastic. No, I was gonna say it's gonna be hard because I didn't take it out of the plastic for some reason. So again, as I say, sex sells, and I'll show you, in a little while. And this is 0. So this is before the very first one. This is the very first one, 0. So you got the guy with the guns. He's like the ultimate soldier with the long hair, and then you got the nice looking girl. And I started buying these because I love the way that guy draws. His style is just like incredible. But I don't think it went very far. Night Press, I don't know if Night Press is still doing stuff, but because I saw the inside, I probably would not have bought this had I not saw the inside of it. I don't know how it came to be, but whatever it was, I guess this cover was enough for me to pick up and look inside. But yeah. And then Hero TV. This was something else I did. I took part in. Now, you have the whole team here. Or you have, well, let's just say the whole team. You have all the people in there. And it's kind of good. When you do a team shot or team book, then people get to see a little of everybody, or the team, a little of everybody. And then it kind of makes it more interesting, because it might be 1 or 2 people that you like that really stand out to make you buy the book. So this is a straightforward shot of the team. So you kind of guess their powers in some way. This guy's a magician, and he's a strong man, and this guy, maybe he's a psychic or something. And you have a little cat guy back here, and a little bubble blowing girl. So yeah, you kind of know and you don't know. But yeah, because it's a team, and you see all of that, in your mind you're saying, oh, I'm gonna get a lot for that, because it's a big team. So, and then Hitomi 2. I like the art in this, and I got the plastic is still on this one too. Again, sex sells. This is number 6. So you would have known by number 6, you would have known the characters now. So she could be one of the main characters, or she could be a new hero or a new villain that came in. So if you're hooked that you bought the first 5, you pretty much will buy number 6. And that's another thing about it. Once you get your audience, then you can kind of slack off a little bit with the covers. But with your very first cover, at least your very first 2 covers, it's got to be kicking. It's got to be kicking. All right, so this is what I mean by sex sale. So this is Fathom. You can't see this because I pulled it closer, tighter shot, so you can see all 6 of them. Divine Right, Battle Chasers, Birds of Prey, Witchblade, and Magdalena. So All it is basically just a shot of a half-naked woman or seriously fine woman. And it sells every time. So if you have a character, a female character in your book, then you can do a close-up of it. But I mean, if it's just a female, make sure you know how to draw the body. Make sure you know how to draw the body. So and this is Jim Lee Divines, right? So, you know, Jim can kill it when it comes to drawing women. So does this guy. Who is this? This is Mattiera, if I'm saying the guy's name right. I love Battle Chasers. He stopped doing Battle Chasers to start doing, I think, gaming or something like that. I mean, but this man has an incredible skill, because when he took over the X-Men, it just blew up. So, yeah. As I say, if you're going to do women and have them featured on your cover, make sure you got that body just right. So let me give you a little close-up of these before we move on, just because I have them out. All right, so I still have the plastic on, so let me tilt it if I can get so you can see. As I say, make sure you know what you're doing when it comes to doing female. And of course, this is a Jim Lee book, so as I say, Jim Lee is just, you know, all that. You know, you got the big boobs and the shot with the gun. I liked her character and I liked his style when it first came out, but then they changed it so quickly. Usually these creators, they do these books and then within maybe like the 5th or 6th issue, they get rid of it and then it just disappears. And then Witchblade, and then Birds of Prey, which is Bendis, is another one of my favorite artists. So much so that opens the book. Bendis is he's just, to me, the man is just awesome, especially when he does his own inking. He does his own drawing and inking. And the thing about these books, they started coming with so many ads in them. That's one of the things that kind of turned me off in the books. Every other page was an ad. You had, you know, one page of drawing and an ad, one page of drawing and an ad, and it just kind of like, you know, in order to make the books a little more thicker, that was just wrong, just throwing all those ads in there. But I mean, you know, they were paying these guys, so, you know, put the ads in there. Free advertisement. Not free advertisement, that's the money for the artists. All right, so let's talk about the hardcore covers now. Now, if you have a team, say you have a team, you want to show your group. Now, the team is usually, a team cover is usually, or say tends to be one of three. It's either going to be your team posing, you know, introduce himself, got a nice little sweet pose, which is indicated in these two, the X-Men and the Justice League, or the team is going to be rushing off to something, or, you know, about to go fight something, or just flying, just doing their thing, and that way you can understand who's the fighter, who's the runner, who's the, you know, the whatever by, you know, the positions that they take. Or they're going to be in distress. They're going to be battling something, and they're going to be in distress. So, like, you know, they just, you know, took the first round. They just got their butts handed to them on the first round. So now they're regrouping to come back for round two. So those are the three things you do with a team. So if you look at these 4 books, you would say if you chose one, which, without being like an X-Men fan or Justice League fan or you know, a Wildcats fan, which one would you choose? I'll give you a second to kind of like look at that and find out. To me, I would like something up front and in, you know, in my face. So I would have to go on the Wildcats. You know, people might say, oh, you're a Jim Lee fan, you know, but it shows the team. It shows that something's going on. And, you know, I want to see what's going on. You know, this is nice. You know, it's a nice drawing. You have the whole team here, you know, so you can choose, oh, I like this costume, I like that, or he's got this kind of powers, you know. So if I didn't know the X-Men, you know, I would kind of start picking stuff out. Oh, he's a leader, he's in the front, and I guess this guy's got something, he's in the back, maybe he's like most powerful or something. So, and then this one, you know, they're flying off somewhere, flying to do something. Get it out the light, get it so where you can see it. You know, you got the whole team in there going off to battle something. I don't know what it is. You know, maybe they're going to do a guest appearance at the movie theater or something. I don't know. You know, but like I said, this one, let's go back to this one first. This one is nice because the positioning is nice. You know, they're kind of up in your face, up close. Let's see if I can get it off the light. Yeah, and then you can see the different costumes and some of the little powers that they have. You know, he's got the lightning, he's got the arrow, he's got a little tornado thing there, and you know, the girl's got the wings and a big old mace. So yeah, it's nice, but I would say out of the four, I would choose these two. So out of these two, if I looked at both of them, if I put them together, I'm still liking the up close and in your face kind of thing. So I mean, it's like when you scroll through a bunch of covers, this one, to me, this one, you know, it's like, wow, you know, they're about to, you know, throw down on something. And since they're in my face and they're looking forward, it's more like, oh, they're gonna fight me. They're coming to battle me. You know, are they crazy? I'm Brian. You know, you can't battle me. But because of that, it's nice. And some of these guys like are kind of like turned to the side, so it's just kind of like a nice little photo ops here that you can see the group. But to me, something like that. So if you do something like that with your cover, it'll be pretty much a good winner. So now, what if you don't have a team? What if you don't have a team? What if you have singles? So let me just pull this out without having to stop this one. Okay, you got the Batman, you got Divine Right, you got Adam Strange, and you've got Cyberforce. Okay, yes, I used to collect comics back in the day. So you got your single person. Now, your single person has got to either do like a nice little cool, you know, shot. You want to see the whole thing for the single person, especially if it's the first one. You want to see the head to the feet. You know, they got a nice little pose. Like she's not in distress. She's just like, yeah, I got my guns. I'm about to throw down on you, fool. You know, so like you got this guy, you know, Adam Strange, he's in distress. And this is cover 2. I think I have cover 1. Let me show you cover 1 just real quick. So if you don't know who Adam Strange is, that's the first book. I mean, it's nice drawing, you know, nice detail, good coloring, but that really doesn't tell me anything about this guy. He's just a space kind of guy with, you know, a Band-Aid on his face and a cracked helmet. So, you know, that really doesn't tell me anything about him. But, you know, if you're an Adam Strange fan, then you'd be like, yeah, I gotta buy that book. Hey, Return of Adam Strange. Okay, so, but if the people don't know your character, then you've got to show them who your character is, like this, the whole body shot. And it could be crouching or whatever, but you want a whole body shot. So as I said, you got your cool pose, you've got your in distress. You got right here, he's in distress from whatever's happening. I would have shown the face somehow, because number 2, well, you'd buy the book because you're an Adam Strange fan, so you know and then if you bought 1, you know what's happening in 2. But for me, it's too far away. You've got too much open space, and you can't see the character's face. So, yeah, that would be a no-no. Now, the other one is the character has to be in some type of distress. And, of course, you know, Divine Right, this guy's got his sword. So, again, he's in my face. He's, you know, going to take on me. Again, what's wrong with him? So, it's a good thing. You know, it just pops out. You know, this guy's right here in my face, ready to throw down. So you're like, okay, who's he going to throw down with? You know, especially if his armor is all tore up, he's just beat down. You know, whoever he's fighting is a bad boy. You know, the sword could be like chipped a little, cracked a little bit. So you know, you're saying to yourself, okay, that guy, he's big. You know, I like what I see, but whatever it is was just whooping up on him. And of course, Batman is the same thing. But of course, we know Batman, so same thing. He's in not so much in distress, but he's about to fight. He's all cut up. He's he's bloody. So we know whoever he's taking on, and what they did, they gave us a little bit of a little bit of hint on who he was fighting. So I mean that's one thing you could do. You could have a claw or a robot hand, or just a piece of machinery or a gun coming down. So that kind of helps us to know, okay, he's fighting this robot thing, he's fighting this one thing, or this one guy, just one man, just kind of like tore Batman up. So again, in your face, you know, it's big enough where you can see enough of him, and then won't have a lot of just open background, little fire, stuff is happening back there. But if I had to choose between, I would take this one out. If I had to choose between it, I think I would go with there you go in your Jim Lee. It's just because of the sword, it's like right there. It's a close up in you. So it's like right there in your face. And then the guy, he's big and muscular. And Yeah, I love Batman. Don't get me wrong. This is one of my top hero characters. But you know, between these two, I would say let's get the Batman out. Now, between these two, you know, she's probably because of the coloring. I would say she's got a lot more going on because I'm a gun person. I'm not really so much of a sword person. So, and she's got the guns like right up there, kind of almost in your face, almost, but they're down in front of her. And then she got like that wicked smile, like, yeah, I'm about to tear something up. So, out of the two, because I'm not really a big sword play person, but if you did a book with, you know, your people having swords or something, it's really good to have your swords like that. You can even have it coming kind of like off out of the screen. So like, you know, he's really reaching for you. So between the Batman and this one, I would choose this one. But between these two singles, I would choose her because you see the whole body, number one. Right off the bat, you see the whole body. And then, you know, you just, it's more dramatic, dynamic. You got the wind blowing and the lightning because her coat, you know, is coming up. Her guns are smoking. You know, she's got that smile on her face like, yeah. So I don't know if she's like a good girl or bad girl or what, but yeah, it's just, I would choose this if I'm doing a single. And I know that light has got to be killing you because it's killing me, even if I take the cover off. And a lot of these are still wrapped up. I just dug through my collection to see what I can do for you guys. So let me get a tighter shot of that. All right, so there you go. It's a little close-up shot. And what I like about it is the detail. You gotta have detail too. And then again, if you draw women, you need to make sure those women are tight. Don't have, you know, a sloppy woman, you know, in rollers, hairs up in rollers. And same thing about this. This is really good detail too. The cracks in the sword, the background, you know, the suit is falling off, the little skull down here, really good detail. But as I say, to me, I'm geared toward more this one. So that's something for you guys to think about. Do you have a team? Is it a single person? Let me put something here so you guys won't be looking at this brown. Do you have a team? Is it a single person? Also, background count. Background plays a big role in it. See, this is just like kind of like I don't want to say a Star Spangled Banner kind of thing, but it's like, you know, the lines coming out of the light. Here you have them. This is Earth. We got Earth back here, and it's another planet. This guy's like in some kind of, I would say, maybe some kind of like temple ruins or something because the back, the way the wall is. The light. Any other time, my light would just suck. The Wildcats really has no background, but it's just they are so close into it that you really don't need any background, just a name. And then we've got this one, which is these guys are close to. So and there's so many that they fill up the cover, so there's really no background. But if you have a single character, you either need to make it close and get an interesting background, or just have them so close there is no background. Where's that number one cover at? Like here. As I say, you know, the drawing is good, but okay, there's, you know, planet back here and maybe some stars or whatever back there. But, you know, not very attractive. Attracting. Like if you have these two, you know, you're going to get the team versus this one space guy. I don't know who this guy is. You know, he could be a cop, he could be a space ranger, he could be a bus driver. But then you have this whole team to choose from. So that's just food for thought on your cover. Okay, so I just wanted to take a quick second and show you a couple of the covers that I did for some of my books. And we'll go over some things, some mistakes I made, some things that I was happy with. So this is a sketchbook. This is like my number one sketchbook, my first sketchbook, and it's got just some drawings inside that I did just because. Is it? Yeah, Conan. Yeah. So that's just some stuff that I did to show, you know, my talents. So this was a cover, and this is before I really had a colorist. I knew a little bit about coloring, but I didn't want it to be just black and white. I wanted to put a little color in there just to stand out, and of course you add some detail to it too. So this is pretty good. I mean, the characters are big enough to that you can see them, and it's attracting enough that you would say, hey, what's going on there? Because there's a fight, so it's enough for you to say, okay, what, I gotta check this out, because he's slicing the lady, and she's like, she cut his face, she's like made of like diamonds, and he's some kind of rock mummy. So yeah, and then there is Soldier of God. This is book number 1, or the next Soldier of God. That's a whole new thing. Book number 1, and as you can see, the guy, he's kind of like, you see enough of his uniform, he's close enough, and you see the shadow of a demon or something that is beat him down a little bit, because you see the blood coming out of his mouth, and you have room for the title. And something else we'll get into in my next book when I flip this over. All right, Samurai Clown. This is the flagship. This is Trials of the Samurai Clown. Now, first book, I wanted people to kind of see it but not understand it. So I had the clown in chains covered in blood with the sword. So that's enough you like, what? And there's a crowd behind him, it's representing this is a circus thing. And he has done something that just kind of like bound him, if you really think on it. And he doesn't have that smile, because usually clowns have that smile on his face and he's not really happy. So yeah, now, title. This is my first book, so the title is way too small. The title should have just been right up above that. It should have been plain to see. So that's something you have to do, and you always have your number, and I'll show you that as we go along with 2 more covers. So as you see, I changed the title a little bit. I made the title a little bigger, and I had to put it in this because it would have interfered in the black. So it's just something else you have to think about. And then again, he's in distress, and you got the axes, he's chained up. You got axes being thrown at him. So that alone will make you say to yourself, oh, this guy's in trouble. What are they doing? Is this axe going to hit him? So that it makes you curious. Who, would get this clown and chain him up to a tree and then throw axes at him? So it's another little piece that make you want to kind of open up the book. So this is what I'm talking about. Let me show you this one. Okay, this is book issue number what? Right, because I did not have the issue number, I did not have the price. So these are things you got to think about. These are like rookie mistakes. I think this was number 3, maybe. Looking back on it, of course, I changed the title. I redid the title again. The title should have been bigger. The character could have been bigger. He's got the skull of the clown, but that should have been like right up in your face, maybe about this big, because you see the tattoo and the red nose from the clown. And then, the ringmaster should have been a lot bigger with the face right up with the skull right up in your face. As I say, is my name anywhere on here? No, my name is not on here. Who did it? A friend put this on, which was cool because it does take up some space. There's no background to it, and you can get away with no background if your characters are bigger. This staff should have been way up here, and he should have been this big with the skull right there. No number again. So this is just it's like a rookie mistake. So that's something you gotta always have: your issue number, your price, because when people pick it up, they don't know how much it costs. It could cost $25. You might be like, oh, I like that cover, let me get that book. Get it to the register. Oh, that's $25. What? So yeah, just don't make those rookie mistakes. And then keep your title big so that people can identify it. If they see this book, and walk away, they'll remember the clown, bloody clown with the sword and the chains. But this title is so small, so and the fonts, you have to choose good fonts to use as well. If you can't find one, kind of create your own. Find somebody that can do that stuff and have them create your font for you and keep it to where you can just go ahead and put it on all of your books. All right, so that's going to be it for creating your own cover or doing your cover or cover design. That gives you something to think about. It's kind of like if you spend your whole paycheck on a lottery ticket, you got to get that number just right so you can either make it big or you're going to lose everything. So that's just food for thought. All right, I'm going to be out with this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Class dismissed. Almost forgot to say that. Oh, and subscribe. I never say that. I don't know why. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a thumbs up. Later.